Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is October the 9th, 2021, and today the topic is Jesus quotes. Thank you all so much for celebrating NJ's birthday with me. We really enjoyed it. Shout out to Bros Bites for coming through with an awesome birthday breakfast feast. It was great as always. He had so many options for us that I already know. Like when I hit him up, I don't ever give directions. I just be like, hey, this is what I want. I want a birthday breakfast feast, and he comes through with the options. If you follow me on Facebook, then you may have seen the images of what we were enjoying yesterday morning. NJ thoroughly enjoyed himself, so much so that he had surf all over his body. He had to take a shower after breakfast. He woke up to us, surrounding him with balloons and, yelling happy birthday. I told you all that my husband stayed home from work yesterday, so that was some nice family time and everything like that. And today we're going to be partying with the rest of the fam and friends and everything to celebrate his birthday and go to Chuck E. Cheese and all that. So honestly, when I got up this morning, I wasn't necessarily feeling it, but I went on ahead and made myself get up to do the juice. Shout out to my husband as well. He's such a trooper and supporter. Obviously he'd be resting right now and everything like that, but he's in support of me doing this. I think we're all both up right now. So we're gonna go ahead and do this so we can get back to getting some type of rest before we go party this evening, if the Lord's will. But yeah, let's get into it, y'all. Jesus quotes. So I did my prayer meditation this morning, and eventually I started to think about quotes that Jesus has said, because we've heard so many myths, we've heard so many different things about Christianity and what Jesus said and what Jesus represented and all these different things. Oh, he's love and all this stuff, and he don't judge me, or whatever people say. Like, they say all these different things and putting words in Jesus' mouth, right? And so at the end of the day, this juice again is kind of centered around Jesus quotes. So there's several of them that I wrote down that I think debunks many myths, debunks many ideas and things that people try to spout out about Jesus. And at the end of the day, I do just personally feel it just really comes down to, like Miss Jackie Hill said, it all comes down to what you believe about Jesus. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice today, I hope that by reading these quotes, it gives you some clarity of Jesus and who he is and what he said and what he represents and all these different things. And then, obviously, you can make your decision, hopefully an informed decision, based on getting the information from, as they say, the horse's mouth, right? So let's get into it before I keep going. John 14:6 says, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Again, I've shared this quote several times here on The Juice. I feel like this debunks any other ideas. Oh, Jesus was just a prophet. No, false. Based off this verse all by itself. Oh, Jesus was just, I don't need Jesus to talk to God. No, false. Debunked just by this verse right there. So again, you have to decide whether you believe it or not, but that's what it says, and I'm just going to move on. Here we go. Matthew 22:37 through 40. Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. There you go, friends. Again, another verse that has been shared here on The Juice multiple times. This should not be new to you if you read the Bible at all. However, if this was new to you today, then hey, if you do these two, then you're on the right track. Because if you're doing these two, then you're most likely not committing any other type of sin. And it's all based on you loving God and loving others as you love yourself. But see, even as I read that verse this morning, the thing that stood out to me is one of the main issues is people don't love themselves. I know I talked about it yesterday, I believe, or someday this week, that basically it just boils down to sometimes we don't value ourselves. So then it's like, this whole task of loving others as we love ourselves. I mean, if we don't value ourselves, we don't value others, and then it goes on and on and on. Then we got debates about life. We got debates about murder. We got debates about all these different things that are clear indications of you not valuing life, not, seeing any purpose, or, I can go on and on and on about it, y'all, but at the end of the day, that's what it says here, that everything is stemmed on those two, and that's just something to think about. Let me keep going. Matthew 6:33, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Now, in this verse, he's specifically talking about food, clothes, and drink. What don't be worried about what you want to eat or what you're going to drink and what you're going to wear. Basically, the verse goes on to say that to practice and do these things and worry about this stuff is paganistic, basically. So if we're not supposed to worry about what we're going to eat and what we're going to drink and what we're going to wear because God already knows that we need these things, then hey, friend, what else are we not worrying about? The Bible tells us not to worry, period. But it specifically says don't worry about these things right here in this verse. So again, it's something to think about. But at the end of the day, I guess the main part of the verse is saying, seek first his kingdom, his righteousness. That's what our focus should be on. If you're going to worry about anything, worry about, am I seeking his kingdom? Am I seeking his righteousness? I'm just telling y'all what it's saying here. I'm just telling y'all what Jesus said. Let's go on. Mark 8:34. Then he called the crowd to him along with his disciples and said, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. I can do what I want to do. False. This debunks this right here. No, it says take up your cross and follow him. What is it? What the other myths that people say? Let me read it here. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves. What do they say? They be saying things along the lines of, y'all know everything that people say. I can't sit here and think about everything that people say. But basically any idea of feeling as if you can stay in your sin, you can do whatever you want to do, you can stay in that place of the miry, what did we say yesterday? What was that verse said yesterday? The pit of destruction, out of the miry bog. If you want to stay there and sit here and act like Jesus is cool with that, false, friend, because it says right here what you need to do if you're going to be a follower of Jesus is to deny yourself, right? That's what it says here. Deny themselves and take up their cross and follow who? Follow your own idea? Follow somebody else's idea? No, he said follow me. That's what Jesus said. So, moving on. Luke 5:32. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Sinners to what? Sinners to stay where they at? No, sinners to repentance. Moving on. I ain't got nothing to say about it. Matthew 7:12. So in everything do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Friend, do I have to point out every way that we do the opposite of this? We want to treat people bad. We want to sit here and put our own ideas on other people. All the things that we don't want done to us, we be doing to other people, and then we be confused. What it says here is do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Now again, if you're not valuing your life at all, yourself, then I guess you can't hold nobody else to no other standard, and you can't treat nobody else, like I just said a minute ago, according to that other verse, you can't treat nobody else with understanding that they were also made in God's image, and also understanding that, there's value in their life and whatnot if you don't value your own life. So I guess you got to start there. Well, again, or get into the Word and see what God has to say about you. I mean, I don't know what else we can do here, friends, but what it says here, especially when it comes to others, do unto others what you have to do unto me. So that I think would be a good place to start, friend. Would I want this person doing this to me? Whatever it is. It could be in all scenarios, any scenario. Would I want this person to do whatever I'm about to do or whatever I want to do to me? If you wouldn't want it done to you, friend, then don't do it. Moving on. Matthew 5:43 and 44. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Oh, I want to get revenge. Love your enemy and pray for those who persecute you. Oh, I wanna take things in my own hand. I wanna kill somebody for what they did. Oh, I wanna beat somebody for what they did. No, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. I don't know where people come up with this stuff, y'all. I really don't. I don't know where people come up with this stuff. You have all kinds of ideas about what Jesus said, and you want to try to teach those things to other people. That's the thing that blows my mind about it. At the end of the day, if you don't want to believe what these words are saying, right? If you don't want to believe that Jesus said this stuff, but you want to call yourself a Christian, then I mean that's already questionable. But at the end of the day, he said these things and many more things. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. I mean, I don't have anything in the Go Deeper section. All I have is read this stuff for yourself. Make sure I read this right. Read this stuff for yourself and reflect on it. And then also read the rest of what Jesus said and reflect on that. That's it. That's all for the juice. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I think I guess y'all see the point this morning. I don't know. I gotta thank you whoever watching live. But yeah, man, again, with everything that has been said about Christianity, everything that's been said about what Jesus said, Jesus wouldn't do this, Jesus wouldn't do that. Do you even know? Did you read it all? Are you familiar? If you're not, then stop, man. Just stop. Psalm 94 and 19. This is the Bible verse of today. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Charmers, visit ttcboutique.com for the latest in fashion and accessories. Twice the Charm, the source of women clothing.